they said if there are any instances of border violation by Indian nationals or Bangladeshi nationals, a well-established mechanism exists between both the countries for deportation. We will immediately accept if they are Indian nationals. Situation happening. People are coming back. They are coming back to proper channels. They are coming back to cabs, and they are coming back to us. Whosoever we find, we immediately are handing over to them. Thank you. It happened from one place to another. We have a short tenure of 3 years at every place. So this rotation is very important, and we'll continue with that rotation. Yes, of course, people from all ethnic groups, every kind of language knowing people are there in the country. So we keep rotating, they get the chance to work here also. Thank you.
For this conference, and if any Bangladeshi people inadvertently, not deliberately, inadvertently crosses the international boundary by mistake, or without any deliberate criminal attempt, then we have stressed, emphasized to BSF that they can be dealt as per the law of the land, which is they can apprehend them, hand over to the Indian law enforcing agency, or as a goodwill hand over back to BGP. And in no situation, in no case, lethal weapon should be used, which would cause the death of that individual. That we have emphasized, and then the Excellency DG BSF, along with the delegation, assured us they would continue their highest effort so that loss of life doesn't take place. Thank you.
To minimize such unfortunate incidents on the border. However, in some instances, transporter criminals attack the BSF personnel on duty. Whenever the criminal activities are thwarted by the BSF troops, the criminals respond with abuses, strong pelting, attacks on BSF personnel, using sharp-edged lethal weapons in complete disregard of warnings by the BSF troops. And this mostly happens in the dead of the night. It is a matter of fact that in such attacks, 35 BSF personnel were grievously injured in the first 6 months of this year alone. Repeated and blatant violation of the international boundary, coupled with attacks on the BSF troops on duty inside the Indian territory, is a matter of extreme concern for us and not at all acceptable. BSF personnel fires only and only as a last resort in the face of imminent threat to his life in self-defense, irrespective of the nationality. Such unfortunate occurrences can be avoided if proper fence is put up in place on the border from both the sides. This will restore translations in each other's areas and minimize the mishaps on the border. Border fencing does not have any defense potential and is a physical debt when it occurs transporter crimes, which is beneficial to both the nations. The government of India, to stop such kind of mishaps happening on the border, has spent thousands of crores of rupees in erecting fences, floodlighting, deploying electronic surveillance systems to curb such kind of transport offences which lead to unfortunate occurrences. Thank you.
We'll have a last question. Concern of this border killing. This is as I said before, this was one of the most emphasizing priority giving agenda point. And we had a long discussion, both sides on this. And as you have just heard, Excellency DG BSF, that the BSF fires only for self-defense. But again, we cited examples where even some of the killings took place even in broad daylight. So in broad daylight, and sometimes a minor was killed. So we raised the question, how come a minor can pose a threat on lives of an armed BSF soldier? Or in broad daylight, what kind of threat that individual can put onto the armed BSF soldier? So we challenged all those life-saving and non-life-saving, self-defense and all. However, at the end, both sides agreed and to try the best from each other so that no crossings take place, whether deliberately or inadvertently, and we will try so that no loss of life takes place. Now we wait, and again we'll try to implement those in the ground, and we have requested the same to the BSF authorities as well. Thank you.
The last question, his question was that we are doing many conferences.
Okay, I'll handle it. He asked that what is the summary of the outcome of this couple of days conference? What are we really hoping to achieve? So you have heard the moderator, he said in the beginning, our highest priority were the agendas which received the highest priority were the border killing, then pushing, then prevention of smuggling, mostly smuggling of narcotics, smuggling of arms, illegal arms coming inside, human trafficking, and illegal construction within 150 yards. And from BSF side, it was that stopping the smugglers to get into the Indian territory and the criminals getting into the Indian territory. Then the stoppage by BGP towards some development projects which do not have any defense potentials. Then stopping the fake currency Indian notes. And there are, in addition, on survey related and river related, water related, some other issues were there that we have discussed. And the outcome or takeaway that the assurances on both the sides, on few parts where BGP and BSF are directly involved, and few other aspects where different other ministries or agencies are involved. So both sides agreed to pursue with their corresponding agency or ministry, and so that those are resolved. Thank you.
Gentleman from
Well-established mechanisms for deportations, we follow that only.
Okay. Let this be the last question.
This will be the last question.
He feels that in last few days there was some bit of downward trend among the bilateral relationship between two nations. So what BGP and BSF are doing to improve that? Candidly speaking, we were limited to the agenda points, mostly in the bordering areas, and the points received from different ministries, which were forwarded to BGP. And BSF also received the points from their different counterparts. However, whether agenda points are related to the border or not, or to the river sharing, water sharing, or no border killing, or whether the fencing should be there or not at the border, all these eventually, if resolved on the ground, they will immensely contribute in improving the relationship between two countries. So our focus is onto these elements, these agenda points, and we are trying to work things out, have a better and secure border for both the sides, so that eventually no tension at the border arises. And as you say, we expect if we can do that on the ground, that will contribute to the associated other fields as well. Thank you.
Thank you.